Hi, welcome to an introduction to using LRM to produce map templates for BCTS. This is intended to be just an intro video. It won't take long, but it should give you enough to get you started with the process. So what we're going to be doing is generating standard maps from LRM. So there's a variety of ways to do that. We're going to run through 3 or 4 in this session in rapid fire, just to give you a sense of kind of what your choices are and how you can approach this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the tree view up top here to go launch a map. Okay? So I'm going to select a block in my tree view, and I'm going to right click on my block and send it to Map Manager. Okay? And this will start a little bit of a process. So what this is doing is it's going to pass the block information to a tool we call Map Manager. And Map Manager is going to allow us to select which template we want to run, or which templates we want to have run, and whether we want to save these as PDF files or whether we want to shoot them directly to a printer. I've got a few choices we'll work through. So you can see some screens passing by here. First screen it's going to stop on is this one where we select our map template, and we can see a little thumbnail sketch of it here if we want. I'm going to choose this one. I can choose my scale, like a fixed scale, or I can choose to have the map automatically scaled to my block at a different percentage. In this case, I'm just running the one block at a time. If I was running for many features, I could choose whether I wanted to have one map per feature like this, or whether I wanted to produce an overview map where all the features were highlighted. So we'll work through some of those options in other demos. So I've got that in, and I click on Next, and here I can choose to send it to a printer or export to a file. In this case, I'm going to choose to export to a file, and I'm going to put my maps in my map folder. Okay? I won't go through all the settings here, but you've got some other choices. Click on Next, and it gives me a list of my jobs. In this case, we just got one. I can choose to preview it if I want, and it will load the map template for me with my block and give me a chance to take a look at it. Make sure things are the way I expect them to be, and if I'm happy, I can click on Finish, and it will go ahead and create the file. If I go to my maps folder here, we can see that the file's just been created, and if I wanted to send it to a friend or email it or print it, I can do all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's our basic introduction as to how to create some maps. I'm going to delete this PDF here, and we'll see some more PDFs take its place later on in the demo. So that's our first step. So now we might want to do a few different things. Perhaps we want to run a bunch of maps at once. Maybe we've got a bunch of blocks that we want to run at the same time. So I'm going to open up Query Builder and go to an info type. And in here, I'm going to arbitrarily select a few records, and I'm going to say I want to create a map for every one of these states. Let's narrow this down a little bit and see if we can make it a little bit more of a good example. So I'm going to pick a single management unit, and that's a nice little stack. So maybe I want to create a map for every block that's in boundary that's ADB. Okay, so I'll select them all and click on Map Manager. We'll see Map Manager launch here, and what's going to happen is these 15 blocks are going to be sent to it, and this will give me a chance to define a job for all of these blocks. Okay. Again, we'll see these first screens flash by, and here I'll choose my map, and again I'm going to focus on this one for this demo. And here, this is where I have a choice of, do I want to scale them all, or do I want to have one overview map with all features, or one per? So this first time we'll do 15 maps. Okay, I'm going to dump them all to the PDF folder. We'll see them there, and I click on Next. And again, if I want, I can preview one of them or more, just to make sure I'm doing what I think I'm going to be doing. Once I've validated that, I can close it, and then I can click on Finish. And so what it's going to do is work through the set of maps I've got, and if I open up my File Explorer window, you can see the maps being created in here. So I can just double click on them, and aside from all my little Acrobat problems, I can check out my maps. Okay, nice quick way to generate some maps out of the system The maps themselves, information on them, all comes from the application. Information in the legend, tags, and things like that is all coming from attributes within the system. So your GIS team will work on making these templates look the way you want to, and then you can use them as you need. Okay, so we'll take all 15 of those maps and delete them, and we'll try to create them a different way. So this time I'm going to send them back to Map Manager, the same 15 maps, but I'm going to do the overview map. And we'll just take a look at how that works. Okay, so back to the selection screen. Which map do I want? And in this case, I'm going to change, and I'm going to say I want one map with all the features, and I want to zoom to 150%. So I'm going to go. I'm not going to preview it this time. I'll just take my chances. It'll create my map. I'll go back to that folder, and when it's finished, we'll have a PDF. And let's take a peek at it. So here's my overview, and because my blocks aren't all that close together, I got a fairly large scale on it. But that's a nice quick way to generate either detailed maps or overview maps. Again, I'm going to delete this guy to get him out of the way. And let's go back. So you've seen how to run maps from here. You've seen Query Builder. We can also run them from Spatial View. There's a bunch of other ways. The last place I want to show you is just basically the dialog. What happens if you just run Map Manager without launching it from somewhere else? So I'm just going to open this, and it says Run Map Manager, and I'll say good. And now it's going to walk me through a couple of screens that were bypassed when I passed blocks features directly into Map Manager. So lots of different ways you can do this. The right one for you kind of depends on what your situation is and what you're trying to generate. So this one, I'm going to say I want to run it by mappable features, and here I can actually go through and identify particular features that are of interest to me to generate. Okay, so I'm going to choose that one. I could also go to my working set and choose blocks or features that are in my working set as well. Okay, so I think I've lost my selection that I had, so let's just go back and make sure he's selected again, and I'll click on next, and then again I can choose my my map template and run it the same way we did in the past. So that's the full long version of how you can select things. All those choices are going to be available. Lots of templates will be added as you go through this. I can also jump in a slightly different way and select my template right from the this menu here, and this will launch me in quicker to generate that map as well. Lots of different choices. Future demos will show you some additional toys and ways to fly along with your mapping needs. And there you have it. Okay, thanks very much for your time. Appreciate you listening in. Talk to you soon.